Hi everyone, my name is David Kurz. This is my wife Jennyffer Kurz.
Hi guys.
On Tuesday, the 19th of May, my wife and I are going to hop on our Harley Davidsons and begin an 11,000 mile trip around the United States. The reason that we're doing this is to raise money and bring awareness in the fight against child abuse.
A lot of people have asked us during this time, like, why would we take a chance at being gone for this long and expose ourselves to states that have high numbers of COVID and so forth in order to raise funds for child abuse. And all I can tell you is that our story started with us just wanting to adopt a child, and we sought the option through a foster system, and we had to take a course, and little did we know all the things that these kids are going through. And right now we find this as a very vulnerable time for them.
During the time that we took that 6 or 7 week course, we would leave weekly in tears with the rest of the class, knowing what children had gone through and how they ended up in the foster system to begin with. And now we think about it, and our thoughts and prayers are with the ones that are home right now.
I don't know if you guys know of anybody that has been exposed to abuse. There are different types of abuse. There's mental, there is physical, there is sexual abuse, and all these kids get this abuse through somebody that's already close to them. Unfortunately, we know people that are close to us that have gone through this, and it's sickening. And right now these kids are stuck at home with the parents that are hurting them, or the grandparents that are hurting them, and they can't get out, they can't escape to school anymore.
There was one of the stories that stands out the most from the class was a grandfather who would sit his granddaughter on his lap while they watched TV and covered them with a blanket while he physically and sexually abused her, and her parents sat on the couch watching TV while this was happening. When you hear stories like that, you have no other choice but to be affected in your heart and your soul, like all the way down to the core of your soul.
And babies that are being put in hot water. A lot of parents right now are complaining because they have their kids at home. Good parents are complaining because they have their kids at home, and they want to send them back to school because they're being driven crazy. And could you imagine this one parent that is not a good parent, that doesn't care, that's either doing drugs or abusing alcohol, and it doesn't care for their child's education, for one, doesn't care for their health. The child's not eating, they don't get free food anymore.
And the worst part
is
that this is somebody that more than likely is in a position where they're putting all the blame on the child of everything that's happening around them.
Yeah.
So we want to take the money. Our goal is to raise $100,000. But to be honest, whatever we're able to raise, we're crazy excited about.
Yeah.
And our goal is to alert people of what's happening in the world today and give children a voice. A couple months ago, we heard of a great organization called BACA. BACA stands for Bikers Against Child Abuse. And we're going to meet them prior to our departure, but what we found was what a great way it was for them to support. These guys show up on motorcycles and leather vests looking, Sons of Anarchy mean, and
they empower these
and they
kids.
empower the kids, and they take them to court, and they sit in the court with them when that child has to face their abuser. And when you hear of these stories and you hear of these organizations out here, these foster homes, these good foster homes that are taking 10 to 12 to 15 kids, that this is what they do to keep those kids and help them. And then we listen to the stories of parents that have moved forward with the adoption process by fostering, by going the avenue of fostering first, and listening to them tell us stories about what the children that are sitting in their homes have gone through.
Yeah, I'm starting to be at a loss for words, because this is very heartbreaking. we couldn't go through the foster process because of how difficult this is, and I commend all those parents who have been able to go through that process and adopt a child and get them out of their issues. But most of these kids 75% of these kids end up going back to their abuser.
And I think, we weren't built for that. And again, we applaud and admire the parents who are built for that. But we are built for what we're doing right now. And we're built for getting in front of a camera and raising awareness and putting money in the right places for people who dedicate their lives and time to making this happen the right way and giving those children a voice and helping them stand against their abusers. So we're asking you now to help us out. We're asking you to donate to the cause. We're asking you to share our link. We're asking you to help us make some noise. We're asking you to share it with all your friends and family. We're asking you to post it on your social media. We're asking you to follow us on our trip, because we will keep you guys posted through our fundraising page on our trip. We will post photos. We will do all kinds of great stuff. And all we want is for you to support us, and we will do our part. 11,000 miles is no small feat. Everyone that we've told that we're doing this says we're absolutely insane, and that's what gets the attention necessary to raise the money. So thank you to everyone who's already donated, and thank you to everyone who does donate. And if you can't afford to donate because of whatever situation, then take that link and share it. And share it with 100 or 1,000 or 5,000 people on your social media, and maybe one of those folks will donate. And that's all we need. We need to spread the word, guys. So thank you for watching our short video and understanding why we're doing what we're doing.
Please just share it. They need you. They need us.
Thanks, everyone.